What's going on, Infected, and welcome to the Quarantine. Today I'm going to be taking a look at a game that was given to me to review by the name of Herbalism. Herbalism is a game that takes place during feudal Japan, where medical science was like tonics and grinding up herbs and rubbing crap on people and stuff like that. And basically what has happened is there has been an epidemic that's broken out, and you are medical professionals trying to discover a cure. And in similar to games like Clue, you're using all of the available information. You showed them a card, but then you showed me that card, and so on and so forth. And you're trying to use all of this meta information to deduce which combination of herbs is going to give you the cure. Now, where the kicker is, where it takes, kind of differs a little bit from Clue, is A, it's in a box this big, and B, if I think you're right, that's another way I can gain points as well. So that's basically Herbalism, so let's go check it out. Alright, this is basically Herbalism, set up and ready to go. Now I'm playing the advanced mode. You can choose different modes by taking away and adding some of these actions. You're always going to use these cards down here. Now, to start the game, you're going to take this deck of cards, give it a good shuffle. You're going to take two of them and you're going to put it under the cure card, like so. Then you're going to deal the rest of these cards out to all of the players, like this. Then, this is where the game actually starts. You're going to look at your hand of cards and you're going to dictate kind of what your next action is. So in this case, unfortunately, I've been given 3 blue cards. Now you can tell how many of each card is in all of this by the number of dots. So we see there are 5 blue cards. So statistically, it's a little less likely that there's going to be any blue cards in here, but you never know. Or sorry, is the cure. So you never know though. So what you're going to do is, starting with whoever is the start player marker, you're going to do one of 2 things. The first thing you're going to do is move your pharmacist. So in the beginning of the game, you don't have a pharmacist on the table, but you're going to choose any one of these. Now the color is very relevant and it'll make a little more sense. So let's say I'm going to go here. Then you are going to choose an action. Now when I choose the action, let's say I'm going to move this here to this one here. So what that means is it shows A going into the dude's hand, and then B times N. So what the heck does that mean? Well, what that means is I would choose another player. So in this case, let's say I chose this player. I would have to give them one of the cards in my hand. So I would say I only have blue, and it has to be one of these 2 colors. So I would hand them this blue card. Now they have to honestly and publicly, that's why it shows a little speech bubble, tell me and tell everybody how many blue cards they have in their hand. So they would say, I have 2. They wouldn't say the color, but they would just say, I have 2, because he gave me a blue. He doesn't, if he had a yellow, he wouldn't, or sorry, if he does have a green, so he's not telling me the green, he's telling me the blue, and only I know that. Everybody else knows that he's got 2 of either green or blue. Then the turn order proceeds clockwise, with the next player doing the same thing. So they would also say, go here. And now keep in mind, you cannot stay in the same place. So they're going to go here, and then they're going to figure out where they want to go. So let's say they're going to go right here. Now what this does is, now I'm not going to explain what all these do, but you'll get, the pictures give you a basic idea. So in this case, this player would choose a green or a blue card, and they would give it to another player. So they would give it to me, let's just say. Now I have to, because they put their piece on a green and blue, I have to give them all of the cards of the other color they didn't give me. So if they had given me a green, I would just tell them I don't have any. But in this case, or sorry, if they gave me a blue, I didn't have any green, so I'd say, nah, I got nothing. But in this case, they gave me a green, so I would give them both of these blue. So as you can see, information is going to frantically be moving all over the table, as you see here. Then, once somebody feels like they got a pretty good idea of what these 2 cards are, they're going to, start off. Let's say they think it is a green and a yellow there. So everybody else can choose their other token, there. So of course the red would actually put that down, show that that's the answer. Now everybody else gets to decide whether or not they agree, they follow, as you see here, if my camera wants to focus, that they follow, so they think, yeah, I totally think there's a green. And then maybe brown also is like, yeah, I'm pretty sure it's green and yellow. But then green goes, no, I don't think so. So rather than putting the follow, they would put their answer. So they would go, no, I think it's yellow and blue. So at that point, everybody who selected this is going to secretly look out and go, oh no, so you're going to win or lose points. And then this player would also get to look at it, oh no, and you know, in this case nobody really won, but it's because I didn't actually look at those cards. So, but if they would have won, let's just say hypothetically it was this. So everybody who followed is going to get 1 point. So this player and that player gets 1. Whoever gets it right gets 3 points. And you're going to play until somebody reaches 6 points. All right, and that is Herbalism. So really, Herbalism is, first and foremost, I'm going to say out of the gates, there's no reason not to play this with all of the options. There's like a beginner mode, and then an intermediate mode, and an expert mode where you use all of them. Just play the expert mode. Once you kind of understand what the cards, the little logos and the symbols mean, you know, the little A/B, and then a bunch of little A's and B's all over the place. Once you get what those mean, so I guess maybe play the first game ever on beginner, just so you learn the rules. I don't know. We didn't have any problem with it. Once you understand what those little symbols mean, the rest of it's self-explanatory, and if not, pick up the dang book. It's right there. It very blatantly lays out what they are. It's not very complicated at all. But it's got a lot of good deduction to it, which is kind of neat. Very Clue style of, okay, well, wait a minute. I asked you for red and green earlier, and I gave you a red, and you gave me no green. But then so-and-so landed on I don't know, a whatever color, but you should have been able to give them, you know, this. So because I know you couldn't give them this and couldn't give them this, and they did this, so you have all these things just jumbling in the old gray matter here that are just swirling like a crazy person. You have all of that going on, and so you're using all of that little information of like, well, wait a minute, I asked you for this and you couldn't give me anything, but you could give them this. That means you've got to have these colors. And, or, you know, I know because you couldn't give me green, I know that you have that blue because it's the only other color on that card, kind of thing. So it's fun. It is a blast. And it plays pretty quick, unlike a game of Clue that can take, you know, quite a while to play. This one plays really, really quick. So far, all of the games I've played from this company are really light, really quick. And I know I'm kind of beating around the bush here. The game is fun. With that said, it is going to turn some people off because of kind of the little symbology, even though, like I said, it's really not that bad. But some people aren't going to like it. And how convoluted the game can get. It's very basic, very simple, but there's a lot of like abstract thought. Like I said, the whole, I asked you for green and blue, they're on like blue and red, you gave them colors, I know exactly what colors you have. So you have that like kind of roundabout thinking that some people may not like. So if you're a fan of Clue and you're a fan of other deduction style games, definitely consider checking this one out. It is a lot of fun in such a tiny little box. So far, I'm getting really impressed with this company because so far all 3 of the games, spoilers, are really fun. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you guys next time in the quarantine.